we are interviewing the beautiful Etana, and my name is Akila, so I'm just going to introduce myself. And we are the guest contributors under the rhythm section for the COCO Mag. My name means intelligent one who reasons, so it's just a reason.
Nice.
The word interview is it's an interesting kind of word, but I feel a lot more comfortable with just having a reasoning, just getting to know who you really are and what really makes you the strong one.
Okay.
So we'll get started with the first question, and it relates to your name. So you have a beautiful name. How does its African origin and meaning describe who you are?
It means a strong one. I think that every woman, well, from speaking for myself, traveling on my journey, things that I've been through, things that I've faced, giving birth twice, and all this extra stuff, and being who I am in music right now, I think it applies totally.
I always find that you exude pure grace and positivity. So what inspires you to shine so bright? It's not easy to shine.
Sometimes I don't even know if I'm shining or not.
Right.
I think the best thing to do, everything comes from the inside out. I think the best thing to do is to 100% be myself. And unconditional love means a lot to me. Judging is last, or maybe never. And I think once you have unconditional love for each and every one, without judgment, then everything else just flows,
So it's clear through your music that you honor and praise Rastafari.
Sure do.
And how does it inform your values and way of life?
I think it goes again all the way to not judging, loving unconditionally, fighting for the right cause, even though we said peace and love every day, but there's always a battle, that we're in, a battle that we face every day, whether it be religion or even simple as hemp or marijuana, same thing. We face different battles, and I think Selassie shows each and every one how to love unconditionally, but fight for the right cause, live upright, and be graceful at the same time. Yeah.
There's this ongoing reason, and I often hear about this perspective around, is Rastafari a movement or is it a religion? And so some of you going back and forth saying, well, no, it's a movement, well, no, it's a religion. So what's your perspective on that?
It's a liberty. It's a way of life. More than religion, because religion has a whole lot of man-made rules, and I think that Selassie really never laid down a lot of rules. What he did is he showed by his way of life. Right. So it's not written to say you must do this, you must do that, or to say it's a movement. It's still a movement. You have to have rules, right? You have to. In a movement, of course, you have one aim, one mission. So it's kind of like the same thing, but you have to live it.
Right.
It's not just said. And today I don't feel like fighting, so I'm not going on the battlefield because I feel sick. It's a way of life. You live it, eat it, breathe it, walk it, talk it every day. Yeah.
So your music has a very distinct and cultural sound. So how do you see your culture as an asset?
Wow.
Why is it an asset?
I would think that my music reaches people from all over the world, and they find a lot of inspiration and strength from the music. So in that sense, it's something I really, really value, and it means a lot to me to see people come up and say, when I was going through this hard time, your music took me through it. Yeah, so in that sense,
Definitely. It usually, at least for me, I find it embodies many aspects of Caribbean culture.
Yeah, it does.
So it's always a reminder of the culture, and it's
Nice.
It is.
Thank you.
It is. And your albums are usually very diverse in terms of songs and music, style,
because it's for different people all over the world, right?
Right. And that vibrancy that we have in the Caribbean, I find it very much comes through your music and the stuff of the culture. Yeah. So speaking of reggae, and it's knowing that it's become so influential globally, how would you describe its transformation to date?
So good. Some of it good, the rest of it not so good. Like, for example, the whole invention of Pro Tools and everybody having a studio in their backyard or in their bedroom. Everybody thinking that they're a producer. Throwing songs together basically on a keyboard. I don't like that part of it. But you do have some young artists. Younger. When I mean young, I don't mean by age, I mean time. Like, over the past 2 years or so, I came up who is on a real reggae path, because reggae is supposed to be righteous, conscious, love, peace, togetherness. Even if you're talking about, fighting on a battle, in a war, it's still fighting for one cause, right? So there's some, sense of unity in the music too as well. Yeah, great for me. I think it's going in the right direction, and Bob Marley always said, the music will always go to the rightful place and its rightful people. So it can never die. Right. It's forever
fluid.
growing.
It's fluid, it's ongoing.
And moving, yeah.
Right. Who are some of your favorite artists?
Reggae artists are anywhere.
I wouldn't even limit it. Just whoever, whichever genre.
I'd say when I'm on some of my low days or I don't feel so strong inside, like I go for like a Richie Spice or a Bob Marley. On a regular day, I'd go for like a Pink, a Mel Laurier. I'd go for like Paramore, I'd go for Ayo, somebody like that, that's smooth and mellow. Stevie Wonder even. Got loads. I appreciate great production, great lyrics, a proper song. That's what I call a proper song. Something that moves me inside out. Like even India, every music. The first album, by the way. Yeah.
India has a way of healing.
Yeah.
She has a way of healing. Yeah. So your album promo really stood out to me. The piece where it says, "Her strength is manifested this time around by pursuing a musical career strictly on her own terms."
Yeah.
So that's really powerful. How have you managed to create and pave your own path in the music industry?
Well, first of all, I think the decision to go to Jamaica was not a musical move. I went there to actually open up an internet cafe. But yeah. But then I ended up. I walked. This is a cool idea to say. I've never had the chance to say this in front of him. So I walked up to a friend of mine was gonna visit him and his Claude, by the way, and he walked up and him say, like through the conversation, him say, "Yo, this other girl, I'm telling, can sing." And I don't know if they were thinking that knowing the person now, I wondered if you not joke it out? Was it a joke?
No, I read it, but it was like, yo, sing,
Yeah. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, no, I don't want to sing, Because here it is, I'm moving from the group. I left because I don't want to do music anymore, because I feel like if I have to wear stiletto heels and a lingerie with thongs and whatever to do a video, then I don't need to do music then. Right. Because it's not outside in, it's inside out. And he was like, sing, so I said, okay, cool. I'll just eventually do it after a little while. I forgot what song I did, but I did sing. And I think Richie Spice, backup singer, was going to give birth, and they needed a replacement for him for one show. And then I ended up doing the replacement. But then, after being on the road for a while with Richie Spice, I noticed one thing, that there were not many females out there And the females that were successful were the ones talking about their only God-given thing that they think they have. Nothing else, just that part, you know? And even then, there was still either if you're going to perform, you have to perform early, or you don't get to perform at all, because all the male artists need to perform people who are important, you know? And I felt like women were either pushed to the side or pushed way to the back. And after he told me to stay in Jamaica, because I was about to go back to Florida and not do music at all, he said, no man, you have a mission, there's something that you need to do. Clueless, but I said, okay, you know, I'll go ahead and do it, you know? And it took me a while to write the first song, but anyway, when we got to the song, he decided, we're gonna make them respect women in a different way. So he said, here me I got my daughter. We're gonna make a man carry him from the stage, see? And them have to take you off of the bus. And you know, they have to carry a guitar. Yeah man, we have one big strong man, so they have to carry a guitar. Come get. No, sir, am I lying?
True.
And so we are going for a big strong man, and you know, and sure enough, he had like somebody, a trainer, same person who was training, doing my training as well, come and carry my guitar and walk me off stage, and I think it paid off in such a way that people totally look at me different. They see me as different, and the respect they give is exactly what I want them to give every female artist. But of course, it takes time to get there yet, with their own mannerism and the way, you know, they choose to live their life, or how they want their business, or whoever represent them or whatever. But the idea was for them to see women in a different light. And I think what job not done, but yeah, but we've gotten far. Yeah.
Definitely set a trend and
Yeah, so thanks. Thank you for that.
Thank God, you know? Rastafari.
He's a keeper.
So the next question, it basically fits in, but I wanted to ask, you know, from your perspective, what is your purpose and mission in life? It's a heavy one, and that's something that's ongoing, right? So
Continues
you
to
may not
grow.
know, you know, your entire purpose in life sitting here right now, but it's an idea.
Well, right now I think like I started from 2006 all the way up to now to educate, to strengthen, to heal, to inspire through music. And the way I live, of course, because you can't just walk it. Like I told somebody the other day, her question was, how do you feel we need to, how can we, forget the question, I don't want to quote her around, but it was like, how can we show that females can make it, and how can we gain all the respect? You know, I say you have to do it as a whole, but you can't do it halfway. You can't talk about one thing and totally live a different way. You have to go do it as a whole.
It just won't work.
Right? So,
And when did you realize that reggae was your calling, or music was your calling?
years ago, I mean, I've always loved music. Even as a kid, I used to sing a lot, but I wanted to be a nurse or a doctor, you know? So I think it may have come around right about the same time, like 2006, when I decided, you know? So, all right, finally, I'll just go do it then, you know? But then in the process of doing it, I realized that that's what I'm really supposed to be doing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You are a doctor. There's music.
Yeah. So I guess
Just
Janet
in a
have to
different
send
way,
somebody
right? Yeah.
to be like, look,
Yeah.
look at this.
Yeah.
All right, tell me if you like it. And I guess I didn't have to say I like it, right? Because I'm doing it with ease, and sometimes, believe me, it's not easy at all. There are days when I just feel like, you know, this is it. I'm done. By the time I go to sleep and I wake up, I'm like, yeah, so what's the next song again? You know, so yeah, I guess it's something that has to already be inside of you, that will, that drive.
Yeah, I think it takes
That
courage
love.
takes courage to be an artist.
Yeah, but you have to love it.
You do.
Yeah, because if you don't love it, not even the courage is gonna help you. You need to truly love it and be it. Yeah.
So who are some of your sheroes and heroes?
Oh. Let me see. Does it have to be musical?
Like people who are modeled, like role models.
My grandmother first. That woman is amazing. She's a lot of who I am. Being around her has a lot to do with who I am today. Hearing the talk, so she used to talk and I used to joke it out when she talked. We used to make fun of her and say it funny, you know? And funny, like, no, I can hear, like if I'm reaching a particular situation, you know, I can hear her speak. And it really applies, you know, to that situation. I said, Jano, you see? And she used to say those things when we were like 6 and 7, you know? My mother, I call this man, God Sears, the father. I have a father, and I love him dearly. I see him every day, but I think that somebody who can reach me and love me like this must be a father I never knew from birth, but I know him now. Right? I'd say Empress Menen. She'd never behind Celestia, always beside. So she was never second to me. In all the pictures I've seen, though I wasn't in them life, I don't see her as being his footstool, and never seen her as being second, right next to him at all times. And I could go on and on, but I think I just...
Do you have a vision of the type of contribution you want your music to make in this world? Like a legacy.
I mean, you mean how I want people to see me?
Just a maybe, yeah, just the type of legacy that you like. So like, you know, some artists have Michael Jackson is known for certain things. So maybe
I just want to. I want to be known for the message in the music, maybe. You know, not even a particular song, but more for the message. Like I want for adults to come and say, "Yo, when I was a kid, this line, this particular verse, you know, played such a major role in my life, or brought me to this direction, you know, and in a positive direction." The message in the music is always important to me.
I was on YouTube last week and I was looking at one of your interviews, and you mentioned that you have a son.
Yes.
So how has becoming a mother influenced the woman that you are today?
Yes. Serious. And I mean,
That's it in a nutshell. I was gonna go pum. That's it. Right? Yeah.
I've learned
That's
patience because, I mean, I like for things to go really fast, especially if I'm having a conversation and a regular conversation with somebody and they're totally not getting it. It gets me a little frustrated, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be talking because you're not getting it and you're not there yet, but maybe you'll get it. I always say that to him, like, sometimes you talk to some people and they're not there yet, and he says, oh, just still say it, they'll catch up.
Right.
When?
Or remember.
But for me, you're not going to catch up anytime soon, and I'm wasting my time.
This sounds like me.
Yeah.
I do all the sometimes.
So I'm very chop, cut and dry, black and white, let's go. You know? And I've learned now to slow down and take my time, you know, and work with people in any situation. I've learned a lot. I'm not perfect with it. I'm getting there.
So my grandmother has these, my grandmother and my mother both have these sayings, you know, that often similar to you, that play out in my head. And I actually guide my daily actions based off of these sayings, you know, and proverbs. What core principles do you instill in your son?
How to respect a woman, first and foremost. And I can't teach him how to be a man, but respect for me is the main thing in life, because without it, you can't go far. You can't go anywhere, actually. So I taught him to respect even the little kid, the old person, the young person, anybody. You know. What else? Not to steal and be comfortable and grateful for every little thing that he has. You know. To appreciate everything, even the littlest things. Because sometimes they need the most. Yeah, stuff like that.
So you in your music you have a sense of freedom that comes through the music.
Sure I do.
So how do you maintain, you know, a sense of mental freedom for yourself?
Do I ever think about having mental freedom for myself? I don't think that's 100% possible because my mind is always going. To be honest, and even if I shut it down for a little while, once I'm up, I'm back thinking 500 things at one time. So maybe it's a wish of mine, a dream of mine, but I wouldn't even say a dream because do I really want it? No, I think my brain is supposed to work. And if you mean mental freedom from the system itself, no, that's a different thing. Like being caught up in the whole matrix of everything.
I think that's pretty much what. That's what I was saying.
Oh, not even so you can.
Detached.
But just I'll get to that. But I'm saying, in the business of music, you really can't because a business is a business, and once you're in it, you're in it. Right? So I would have to go up in the mountains, drop my cell phone, my everything, and forget about everything. And imagine if I do that for like 6 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not dreaming for that right now. My work, I got too much to do. There's so much to accomplish. I don't think I ever want to be totally. I gotta be in the matrix to fix some things in the matrix. You get it?
Yeah. And there's often sometimes we talk about the struggle, we talk about the system, but I think your music inspires how not to become the struggle. So there is a struggle. You don't have to become the struggle.
So, but there's so many people in it that sometimes I said to myself, okay, why you can't just live your life? Why does everybody's problem have to be yours? Everybody's situation, you have to think about it, and and I'm saying to myself, why can't I just live? But somehow deep inside somewhere it bugs me if I can say, a sister, even if you crying and I can't say everything all right, what's going on, and try to come up with solutions or ideas to help that person through. I don't feel good if I don't do something like that. So do I want total freedom from the matrix? No, I want to be up in the matrix. I can continue to help people in the matrix. Yeah.
So anytime we know in the dance and your song comes on, I'm not afraid. People are singing at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
Like just singing away. So what do you do? Because fear is something that we all experience. It doesn't matter. Right?
You mean going on stage?
No, in general. It's that emotion of fear. That feeling. What do you do to overcome your fear when you feel it? How do you overcome your fear? Or burn your fears, as you would say.
What am I afraid of? That if I ask me.
Nothing.
So maybe that's the answer.
Nothing.
I can't think of one thing I'm afraid of.
Maybe Nyla cried.
Yeah.
That sound.
Maybe my kids are like, I fear how I will feel if my mom should pass away. Yeah?
That's fair.
Yeah, I fear that. And how do I deal with that? I simply go back to the simple fact that we are here for a moment. And I keep reminding myself that we are here for a moment. And what I should value most and cherish most is our memories and our moments that we spend together. Right? So of course I think of the situation. But I don't really fear much in a life, because I think everything that you go through is for a reason. And it makes me who I am. And if I should go back and say, if I should change one thing, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Your album Better tomorrow. It's an affirmation of hope. You know, there's a lot of hope that comes to it. Do you believe that your music has the power to heal? And this question, I feel like you kind of got it through.
I do. And I want to say sometimes it heals even me. Yeah, like even sometimes in my roughest days, I don't go listening to my own album a lot. But there are times when even riding in the car, somebody else is listening to the album. Because if left up to me, I'd be like, okay, play this, you know? But then they'll be listening to the songs, and based on how I'm feeling and what I'm going through at the time, like I just said it 3 days ago, I can't believe that my own music is even healing me. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So every time, you know, I listen to one of your new albums or one of your new releases, you always seem to have gone through some kind of growth spurt. You seem to become more comfortable in your skin as a woman. So what's next for you? What do you
More
see?
growth, more positivity, more love, deeper unconditional love for every single one. More spiritual growth. Right. Yeah. I want more colors in my rainbow.
At COCO, we define we define a COCO woman as a woman who embraces her unique beauty and is not afraid to show the world her true self. Would you consider yourself to be a COCO
I
woman?
definitely am that. Say it again.
So we define a COCO woman as a woman who embraces her unique beauty and is not afraid to show the world her true self.
I'm a COCO woman.
So I just want to say we're honored to have this opportunity to share your wisdom and your strength, your passion, and I think you're very courageous, to be honest with you. I think that as an artist, it takes unconditional love. You have to love the art. You know, it's learning how to be, like you said, learning how to become the artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Art is actually the religion. It's what you do. It's a regimen. What advice would you give to COCO readers?
Wow. I'd say get to know you a little more. Love you a little more, every inch, every follicle, everything about you. Stand in the mirror every day and remind yourself how beautiful and how strong you are. Very important. The more you love you, the more the energies come around. Love comes right back. And everything and everyone loves you too. But you first have to start with you. Every day. So, even touch your skin. Appreciate that.
Oh, that was beautiful.